What is up, YouTube? So, okay, we are right here back at it again. Okay, a video for y'all, and it is a big one. All right, this is gonna be a 4-part series. All right, I'm gonna have 4 parts. I'm gonna post 4 videos. Each video is gonna cover the whole general topic. It's gonna cover a piece of it. All right, so topic for this video, okay, today is how do you find your maintenance calories? All right, so this question was brought up to me a couple days ago. All right, and the thing is, I figured that this is something that is a topic that, is a lot of people, they get confused about it, or, they hear me say it in my other videos before about maintenance, calorie deficit, calorie surplus. So how do you find a maintenance? All right, how? Where did it come from? So I'm gonna let y'all in on it right here, okay? So the thing is that maintenance calories, okay, everybody's number is different. It's unique to them specifically, okay? A male to a female, whatever, they have different, okay? A male, majority of the time, is going to have a greater calorie expenditure, calorie maintenance than a female, okay? Because they're just smaller, in total size compared to a male's total size, just by, how things are, all right? So with that being known, now, that's just a little comparison as far as like the numbering range. All right, but typically what I recommend, how I found mine once upon a time, is that you literally have to look at it as a testing kind of routine. Okay, so let's say my recommendation is 1 to 2 weeks, okay, maybe 3 weeks the most, but 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, download MyFitnessPal. It is a food calorie tracking app. It is a tool. It is very beneficial. But for this particular question right here, now it is going to be crucial, all right, because it is going to allow you to actually get some data in the bank, get some data down so you can actually see where you stand as far as what your maintenance number is. All right, so MyFitnessPal, download that ASAP. Okay, that's my preferred. There's a lot of other apps that do the same kind of job. MyFitnessPal is my go-to. Okay, so download MyFitnessPal for 1 to 2 weeks. All right, I want you to track your food intake. Okay, don't switch anything up about it. Do not switch up anything. Eat your regular routine, okay? Because this is a step 1 in the direction of, you want to then, progress on. Either you're trying to gain weight or lose weight. But this is step number 1, all right? So we are trying to get a baseline of your current lifestyle at the moment, all right? So we can then make adjustments as needed into the next step of the process, all right? So track your food, your calories. MyFitnessPal has a scanning option, a barcode. That's what I use majority of the time whenever I'm introducing something new, or when I first started myself. Scan up all my usuals, what my go-tos are, my food, my snacks, my drinks, whatever your preference is, all right? But for 1 to 2 weeks, track your food intake, okay? Along with tracking your food intake, you want to track your weight daily. All right, I recommend that you do this in the morning time after you use the bathroom, number 1, and number 2, and on an empty stomach before you consume any liquids or any actual food. All right, that is going to be your most true, like, untampered with body weight, because it's literally everything that your body is without anything additional to it. All right, morning time, after bathroom, before food or liquid. All right, so weigh yourself every day for 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, you're gonna jot that number of your body weight down. All right, whether it be on paper, whether you like to type it in your notes, whatever, but jot that number down. Okay, and over 7-day period, okay, let's say the first week is first 7 days, second week is second 7 days. All right, I want you to now every day of that first block of the first 7 days, I want you to add up every single one, like every document of your weight that you tracked around that certain time of the day, the morning before you eat and all that stuff. I want you to add all that up in the first 7-day block. Divide that by 7. Okay, I want you to divide all that whole block up. Add it up first, divide it by 7. That is going to be your average weight for the first week. Okay, now same thing applies for the second block, 7 days. I want you to add all those up, divided by 7. Okay, you got a number and a number. That is your averages. Okay, that is the average for block 1 and the average for block 2. All right, I'm just saying blocks because that's just how I'm referencing it. But block 1 and block 2, okay, you got an average for block 1, average for block 2. Now, if they are pretty similar and weight is not necessarily fluctuating as an average from block 1 to block 2, you golden. Okay, you have found that maintenance calories that simultaneously, as like I said earlier, track your food intake, daily, whether it's a snack, a drink, a juice, whatever it may be. If you're putting it in your mouth, track it so you can have an understanding, or at least a rough idea of what you're intaking daily according to what your weight is reflecting. Okay, because that's the whole idea here. It is basically a trial and error kind of process. Okay, you track your food and you monitor your weight based off of whether you're gaining weight. Let's say over these 2 blocks, okay, this first 7 days and second 7 days, you end up gaining weight. Okay, maybe what your intake is, reflecting on MyFitnessPal, maybe that is too much that is required for your specific body. Okay, let's say if you're losing weight, let's say from 1 week to the next, you're down maybe on average. Okay, I'm not talking about day to day. It is normal to have weight fluctuations simply just because you literally can eat more salt on a Tuesday compared to a Wednesday. Salt is actually like it retains water, therefore making you heavier on the scale, regardless of gain fat or lose fat or none at all, okay? Salt plays a role in weight manipulation. So does hydration levels. You literally could drink a cup of water more than you do the day before, the night before you go to bed, like, and you wake up a pound heavier. Because a cup of water is literally 8 ounces is a half a pound, okay? 16 ounces is a pound, all right? Literally, you can be a pound heavier from one day to the next. That's why I like to look at it as blocks, and I like to look at an average of the total weight for the 2 weeks, all right? Comparison to one another, all right? So, all right, weight changes day to day. We're getting the average here, okay? Compare block 1 average to block 2 average. If it's in a pretty same range, I say within like 1 to 2 pound range, okay, you are fairly close to your maintenance calories, okay? Maintenance calories is also a range, okay? It is dependent on your daily routine, whether you go to work, have to walk your dog, you know, your daily routine is implemented into what your maintenance calories is, because that is going to reflect your usual routines that also carry on into your calorie expenditure, all right? So if you have a typical routine, go to work 9 to 5 and come back home, you gotta walk the dog, for example, okay? That is going to be applying to your calorie expenditure for that particular day, all right? So routine is going to factor into your calorie maintenance, therefore making it a range. Let's say one day you have an off day compared to a working day, like you go to 9 to 5 one day and you got to walk the dog, but then the next day you're off that day, but you don't have to do nothing else but just walk the dog. So the calorie expenditure for that day to that day is going to be different based off of you necessarily are not moving as much as you did from one day to the next. So that's why I look at maintenance calories as a range, because it is a range due to what you consider doing as your regular routine. All right, so block 1 to block 2, grab your averages, you know, compare them. Okay, let's say they're in the same ballpark, okay, within 1 to 2 pounds from another, or they're pretty much the same, okay, maybe point something of a pound, okay. That is your maintenance, and this is along with tracking your total calories, your food intake, your usuals, whatever, okay. Don't perk it up, be honest, eat your regular, because this is the step 1 into a next progression phase that we're going to actually implement a change, whether it be a surplus or a deficit, depending on your specific goals, okay. But stage 1, you need to understand the baseline, all right. So that is how you figure out your maintenance calories. Tune in for the next video, which is going to be covering how to create a calorie deficit if your goal is fat loss, or how to create a calorie surplus if your goal is to gain weight, okay? So y'all tune in for that one, and I got y'all, okay? This is going to be a crazy series, okay? This series right here is going to be very helpful for y'all, depending on whatever goal y'all have for yourself, okay? So tune in, man. Follow my Instagram.